Master's lawyer Mark Anthony. We just wrapped up with these two folks here, and then you had something else that came in about baseball. Oftentimes, kind of these spirits will overlap to get their message through.
They do. The other side appears to be a collective consciousness. That's one of the concepts that I discuss in Evidence of Eternity. And on the break, when I was talking about baseball and the Chicago Cubs, this lady here said, "Wait a second, that sounds like my father coming through." So I'm going to ask you to stand, if that's okay. All right. So now I'm getting a gentleman come through, and what's interesting is his manner of passing is similar to that of your father's. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, microphone up here, please.
It was like everything was mimicking. He had cancer in his stomach, and his hair was coming out, and he had it for a long time. Then my mother passed in May.
Was your dad real, and the reason I ask questions is because they give me information. Was he super meticulous, like real focused, almost to the point of being nitpicky?
Yes. Everything had to be right.
Yeah.
And if he didn't like it, he threw it away. He cleaned his tools when he got through and put them away. And his radio was always on baseball, and he just had
always on baseball. Okay.
Yes, and
yeah, he almost seems like he's got like an engineer's personality. Like everything, like you said, everything had to be put away. Everything. I make a joke. He's one of these guys that thinks at right angles. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Everything has to be exactly, and
if he didn't like it, he would throw it away.
What was it about cars? Because he showed me fast cars, lots of cars.
He loved cars, and he loved his trucks.
He loved cars, loved trucks. Okay.
Race cars a lot.
Yeah, there's the fast cars. And he says you're a really good driver.
Yeah, I used to be. I could drive anything.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is not only did he teach you how to drive, he drilled into you that you have to be a good driver.
Yep.
Okay, he says, though, but you tend to lecture the people around you on how to drive. You're like the ultimate backseat driver. I'm going to go with a yes on
Here's your friend right over here, and your friend is like nodding her head, saying, yes.
On the way here,
Go ahead and corroborate this. Go ahead. Why are you nodding your head?
Because she told me a different way to get here today.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm telling her, zoom around.
I want you to stand up, please. Okay. Now, what's interesting is your dad said that you're the ultimate backseat driver telling people how to drive, and then you just confirmed that because that happened today. So, what that is an example of is your dad showing us that he's around you and aware of what's happening. What's with saltines? Saltines. Is there some bland diet that he was on, or that something with saltine crackers?
He loved crackers and cheese.
Microphone up here, please.
He loved saltine crackers with cheese and salami.
Okay, let me explain why that's so significant. The way spirits work with me is when they give me a message of an advisory or explanatory nature. In other words, yeah, it's nice that you're a great driver, but lay off the preachiness, okay? Although he says he probably would have said the same thing. But when they give me a message of an explanatory nature and then followed up immediately with an objectively verifiable fact, saltine crackers, that verifiable fact is how he's letting us know that we have properly received and interpreted the message. He said, you have far to go. You got some trip coming up? He keeps talking about far to go, far to go.
I just came off one.
You just came off
came off one. I was in Illinois in June.
You said Illinois
Illinois. Remember I said Illinois, Chicago?
And
okay.
Indiana,
so see,
too.
And that's also an example of how information comes in and how we segued from your dad and your mom over to you, okay? Because spirits come in as a collective consciousness, and there tends to be a thread through the segues. So we're going over here, and that's why I was getting this whole Chicago, Illinois thing. Now we're getting it here. Okay, ventricle. Somebody's having heart issues. Either you having...
My dad.
Your dad? Is he here or on the other side?
Other side.
Okay, because I'm getting this whole ventricle thing. Bear with me for a second.
My mother had the heart problems also.
And your mother did too. I'm getting a male energy though. Your dad was the worst patient ever, is what I'm getting about. He waited until it got really, really significant before he followed any medical advice. I want you to give her the microphone if you would, please. Okay?
Yes.
And he says he appreciates how you were trying to help him and how all of your pleas and your come on, Dad, you got to do this, falling on deaf ears. Now I'm tasting antibiotics. Is antibiotics an issue with him or with you or someone close to you? I'm feeling some negative thing about antibiotics.
I was on some antibiotics not too long ago.
Okay. So see, that's him letting us know. But something with you and antibiotics doesn't work right. Does it really mess up your system?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on. You dream of him a lot. He's talking about the dreams, and it's really cool what he's saying about this. He says, don't doubt him. He goes, you know that's me. You know that's me. And he's talking about the month of September. Is there some significance with you or him in the month of September?
Yes, my son was born in September.
His grandson was born in September.
Yes.
Okay.
And he was thrilled to have him.
Hold on. This boy charges into everything head first.
Yes.
Okay? I mean, this is like having Wild Bill Cody as a, okay, or Wild Buffalo Bill.
Yeah,
I'm getting this whole Buffalo Bill like charging into things. He says that you need to let your son know that he should be thinking with this instead of his fist sometimes, okay? Because he tends to have this surge of temper, and once he learns to control his temper, things are going to go a lot more easily for him. Because what I'm getting from your father about your son is that he has a low threshold of patience. He gets very frustrated very easily, and if people don't see his way, he gets confrontational, and he needs to readjust that. Okay? Now, there's nothing wrong with him being a forceful personality, but we don't want him, or your dad doesn't want him to get in trouble.
Right.
Okay?
Actually, he's a lot like my dad.
Well, then your dad would know.
Yes.
Okay? Because on the other side, they had the ability to reflect on this.